Right, I'm going to try and make a video to help you save thousands of pounds. If my voice sounds funny, it's because my new teeth haven't arrived. Those Insulate Britain people, instead of sitting in motorways and generating more greenhouse gases by holding traffic up, need to get out and about and guess what? Insulate Britain. Right, so to insulate Britain, what do you need to do? Well, it's not that difficult really. What you need to do is something like this. Okay, now I'm going to show you the way that I've done this. I'm going to show you the mistakes that I've made, which are many, and I'm going to show you hopefully what the results can look like. So this wall here you're looking at is the top of our house, which is an old stone house, very old stone house, built about 1770, maybe 1780. Now the wall, this wall we're looking at now, faces north, and because it faces north, it's very cold. Also, sometime in the past, some bright spark messed around with the roof, and with all these old houses, you get watering down the chimneys. Nothing you can do about it. That's the way it is. In the old days, it didn't matter because everybody had fires. So the fires used to dry these walls out. Well, of course, now you can't have a fire. So these walls get wet. Round the chimneys, both sides of the house. Next door's got exactly the same, and nothing we can do about it. So what you do is you mitigate it as best you can. But what you can do to keep your house warm is this. Now, there are two ways of doing this. There are more ways to insulate, obviously, but there are two ways of doing this. This one here is boxing out the wall and putting insulation behind. So what I've done is here, we've got a new loft that was built. A friend of ours built it, carpenter, done a very good job. And then I've started, as you can see, putting insulation in the eaves there. And what I've done is I've built a frame around this end here, about 2.5 inches away from the wall. And what I've done there is slotted insulation behind it. Now, top tip, do not put the uprights up before you put the insulation in, because guess what? You put all the uprights up and you can't get round the corners to put the insulation in. So that's my first tip. What I'm going to do over here, when I start doing this one, is I'm going to put all the insulation in first, literally just lean it up against the wall, and then I'm going to put my uprights up. Okay, now when the grants finally come through for this, someone's going to want to charge you thousands because they can, right? But in reality, if you've got a saw, a tape measure, electric screwdriver, some screws, what you need to do is go out and buy some insulation. Now some people do this on the outside of the house. I don't see the point of that, because if you put it on the outside, you're using all that heat in the house to heat up that wall. So what you do is you build that out like that now, and you put the insulation behind it. You put your plasterboard on top of it, and I'll tell you what, this house will be warmer than anything, including the modern house. Now, just bear with me a second as we walk through our health and safety ridden site. I'm just going to show you something else. There we are, up in the eaves there, insulation's in, foam down the sides to seal it all, and then plasterboard on top. That's what you should be doing in Insulate Britain. Never mind getting everybody's nerves by stopping traffic. Right, quick downstairs now. Excuse the mess, but we've had to move a lot of stuff out of the attic to get this all done. So as we go down, I'm going to show you now another one that I did earlier. The same house, 17 something or other. The dog's running out of the way because she's scared of cameras. Look, there she goes. Whoop. That's it, I'm off. This is our bedroom. Now, we did this a couple of years ago. Now, we didn't use the uprights like the boxing out we did upstairs here. All we did here, very, very simply, was nail, or screw rather, some 3x1 boards to the wall, 3x1 planks, rough sawn, planks to the wall that were treated, and stuck on those that beautiful Kingspan with the foam back, you know, the insulated back. I think it's 37.5 millimeters thickness. This room is now so warm. Again, it faces north. It's exactly the same aspect as the attic, but this room is now so warm that in the winter we have the windows open. We did the one on the south side as well, one opposite this. That room over there, where my boy is in at the moment, and his room is so warm that he has to turn the radiator off. So I'm hoping that by the time I finish upstairs, I'll go back up now. By the time I finish upstairs, we're going to have the same, you know, level of comfort. These two rooms have got to be done. That's a bathroom facing north, and that's a little office facing north. And this is another room that we're going to do. This is a room where I've got all the stuff upstairs at the moment, but this is my daughter's room facing south, and we're going to do exactly the same here. Only in this room here, we're probably going to use the 37.5 millimeter boards, because if we build it out 3 or 4 inches at the side, it'll take a lot of size off the room. So that's it basically. What do you need? A bit of patience, saw, a few basic tools, tape measure. In this house here, because it's an old house, nothing's level. I mean, literally nothing's level. So what I've done here, you can see I've hung plumb lines down. Right, plumb lines, there they are, hanging down there, to give me a vertical. A plumb line, piece of string, a couple of fishing weights, and that's it. Because if you try to square off any of the walls in a house like this, you end up all over the shop. So there we are. I don't know what else I can tell you really. All I can say is Insulate Britain. Get up off your backsides and go and insulate Britain instead of getting everybody else's way. Bye for now.